All right. What is up? And you go like, what is this building shit keep going on and on and on. Have to kill that. Let's do it. All right. What's up? You go like geeks and freaks and fans of the toys we love. We could put a little caption on there, maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's put it down. If you haven't seen the Facebook group, I would encourage you to check it out. See it down at the bottom. All right. Most people are familiar with this guy, Lone Ranger, made by Gabriel Hubley back in the early 70s. This is one example of this is silver, one example, Lone Ranger's horse, complete with stand. Very cool set, great figure, excellent accessories. Later acquired by Lewis Marks Toys and marketed as such with lots of cool accessories and all kinds of just wonderful stuff that came with it, right? So today, I showed you the other day, I showed you the actual, was it like the day before yesterday or something? Let me guess, 5150 toys in his A. So speaking of 5150 toys, thank God Brian Sanchez is here. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to show this, but before we get to that, I got you all excited for the Lone Ranger. I know Sanchez is busting out of his chair right now. I'm going to show you an Empire toy that you may not love so much, Sanchez, but we're going to show it to you anyway, because I just showed you guys, so yesterday, the day before, the Americana Jeep made by Empire Toys, and it was a really cool Jeep, red, white, and blue. And they made that Jeep in many colors, and they showed a bunch of others, some open, some unopened. But the box, and it's pretty, it wasn't even a box, it's paper, it's paperboard. And it's kind of like, how the hell did this thing survive? As I said, my buddy Troy said there must have been an insert in it, and I think so. He's got quite a collection of Empire. So being a completist, I also showed you guys a loose powder puff Jeep that Empire Toys made. He started marketing some more stuff to the girls. Now this box is pretty waterlogged or worn. You can see there's some markings on somebody wrote on the front. But it is Empire Toys. And as you can see, this box, I showed you guys the other day. If you didn't check it, you have to go check the video the other day. It's pretty heavy cardboard. I showed you guys a loose version. They don't go for very much. I don't really know a ton of people that collect these. She's got this one really pushed in there. Give me a second. She's like shoved in. What the hell? Okay. I showed you a loose for, oh, hold on a second. This is actually quite cool. Here's the original, the sticker sheet. As you can see, with the stickers removed, you would, when you got these Jeeps, any of them, you would put your own stickers on. They tell you where to put the stickers. Kind of cool that's there. I'm surprised that didn't wind up in the trash. Get this out. There is something going on with this. I can't believe this shit. Is it the windshield? Oh, maybe it's a windshield? No, it's something else. I'm going to destroy the box because it's old. That's it. That's your instruction sticker sheet. There's your box. All right, and here it is. The reason I picked this up is one, I like the Empire Jeeps. Wow, she shoved this in to the point that the windshield kind of bent. We can heat that up. It's a very soft plastic. So you can see the stickers have been applied. The one I had, somebody throw a Lego sticker on there. This still has the caution, parental supervision, instruction required regarding the proper use of this toy. It's a soft, well, it's a little hard plastic toy. I don't quite think you need your parents to do it, but it still has the steering wheel. They're always lost or broken. It's in actually really good shape overall. The stickers are still good. And so I said, all right, why not throw it in the collection? Which there's no room for it because I didn't have any room for the Americana Jeep the other day. Had to squeeze in somewhere. So I said, fuck it. Why not? Let's do this. Is this my invoice? This is my invoice. So I thought that was pretty cool. Probably not so exciting to some of you, but still quite exciting. What I'm about to show you next, ladies and gentlemen, will blow your mind. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm going... Let me just get to it. So I bought this Gabriel Lone Ranger Prairie Wagon. It's a 4-in-1. It's very cool. Actually, I have a few of them. I think Sanchez, I sent you one of the loose ones, right, that I had a few of them. It wasn't complete. If you take a look at this toy, it's quite large. It's big enough to scale for the Lone Ranger. It does not come with a horse, but it comes with a ton of accessories. And the neat thing is the back, you can convert it to 4 different toys. It could be a chuck wagon. It can be a Gold Rush wagon. Take off the cloth coach piece, stagecoach piece. Chuck wagon, ranch wagon, covered wagon. Very, very cool. Lots of cool stuff to it. And if you take a look, who do we have on the cover? That's right, Brian Sanchez. As he told me, that's Dan Reed. What I also came to learn just in passing, speaking with Sanchez and a couple people, and maybe I'm going to get this wrong, Dan Reed was he the nephew of the Lone Ranger? And then Britt Reed, who played the Green Hornet, was tied to Dan Reed. So they're all connected to Lone Ranger. So that whole Green Hornet thing is tied to Lone Ranger, which I didn't know. But I thought this was cool. I said, this is great. Actually, I have to read the comments because I can't see what Sanchez is writing. He's typing like a crazy, like a lunatic. Lou the Loose, hurry up, you monk. I was watching the Mighty Orb. Scotty X. I thought that was Sanchez. Scotty X. Z70. I was watching the Mighty Orbots thing. Well, they don't want to get sued when you play with this and fireworks together. Oh, we're halfway there. Living on a prairie. That's true. We are living on a prairie. So I showed this to Sanchez because we were talking about it months ago, and I think I bought it last year. And I'm going to thank him because thank you to you, Brian Sanchez. Not only did I learn something new, but I'm fucking poorer. Thank you very much. So let me show you why I'm poorer. Because Brian Sanchez, in all of his wonderful ways of trying to help his fellow collectors, said, hey, Lou, guess what? And I said, what's that, Brian? And he said, that wagon's really cool, but I said, but what? He said, there's another version of it, right? I said, another version? What, the wagon comes in red or something? And Brian left out a hearty chuckle and said, ha, ha, ha. No, silly man. It's not a different color. He said, the box is different. I said, what's the matter with the box? Does it say marks on it? He said, no. Actually, it does say marks on it. That was just me making shit up. He said, even better. And I said, what's that, Brian? And he said, get the saran wrap off it. Actually, fucking Sanchez, this box is it's in really good shape. You're going to shit when you see this. He said, Lou, it's got a picture of the Lone Ranger on it. I said, what? He said, yes. He says, this is the more uncommon or harder of the two to find. So this is because of Sanchez filled me in on this. Now, remember, the Lone Ranger was Gabriel, or was it Gabriel Toys, Hubley, and later became Mark's. So you know what, Sanchez? I have a very sneaking suspicion. I'd probably bet the farm on it that when Mark's took this over and redid it, they took off Dan Reed and put the Lone Ranger. And it's quite interesting because it's not even exactly the same painting here. It's close. But look at the barrels and so on. They're not exactly the same. You can see the difference. So they repainted it. It's a little bit different angle, different character. So this is the Lone Ranger version. And Brian's like, yeah, that's the rare of the two. And I got very lucky in finding this. Tell me they taped this. Holy shit. Did they tape this? Oh my God. Am I going to have to kill a motherfucker? Oh my God. We're going to have to get out the hairdryer. I'm going to cut it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the person in trying to do a good job taped it all the way across. Taped it all the way across on both ends. So I'm going to cut it. Oh, is the other side open? Oh, no, this side's open. I'm sorry, this side's open. Maybe that's the way it came. I don't know. Let's take it apart. The Lone Ranger artwork on it is probably the big sell because the wagon, as far as I can tell, is the same. We have our barrel. We have a little, well, this is interesting, Sanchez. I think the plastic on this one, Sanchez, is not the same. Okay, there's a piece. Wow, this is a big set. I should probably just walk you to the back and show you the one that I already have set up because I really want to take this all apart. But there's a lot of cool shit there. You know what? Maybe I'll just take you to the back, although it's in the laundry room. It's where the Lone Ranger stuff is. I don't think this is Lone Ranger, Sanchez. I think this, my friend, maybe it is. This looks more like, I don't know. It looks more like Johnny West. Maybe the box was supposed to be taped like that. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm confused as to what it is, but I do see this is a Lewis Marks toy. So Sanchez, what do you think? Lewis Marks did the Lone Ranger and Gabriel did Dan Reed. You're welcome. Oh, welcome. All right. Well, thank you, Sanchez. Sanchez, you are a no, that does go with it. This does go with it. Sanchez, you are a wonderful human being for, again, getting money out of my bank account that I probably shouldn't be spending. Well, let's take it out. There it is, folks, because I'm looking at the box, the back of the box, and all of the kind of accessories were in silver on the one that came with Dan Reed, and I'm wondering, are they? Oh, this is upside down. I'm wondering if they're here, and if they are, what color? Because on the back of this box, they almost look white. All right, so we do have a broken spring. These have a tendency to, this is the spring, to snap, as you can see. They can be repaired with that, very carefully, they can be repaired with that liquid glue I have over there from Europe that literally welds it back together. Here's the top to our barrel, I believe, yep. And the barrel has a hole in it so it can sit on the side of the wagon without falling off. This I'm not worried about. Actually, these, there's some guy that 3D prints these, I think, on Etsy or eBay. Let's see what's in here. Nope. Okay, they're all silver. So there is a plethora. Brian Sanchez, do you know what a plethora is? Hefe, do you know what a plethora is? There's a plethora of things. Look what's even in there, Sanchez. Wow, I don't have this in the other set, but I actually have the whip. I think this might be complete. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty confident this is complete or close to complete. It's got the whip. It's got the pickaxe. Now, remember, Lewis Marks was also making Johnny West when they took over the Lone Ranger stuff. The shovel. We got plates and pots. And I don't know if that's another pot or a horse feeder. I don't really know. This is it's kind of a little barrel. It's crazy shit. 2 more plates, if you will. Wow. So mine is actually missing the whip. It's just a plastic whip. But that's actually pretty cool because that I don't have. There's a saw in there. There's little coffee cups and lanterns, if you will, all kinds of. It looks a little bit Johnny Marks, but it's not. This is actually pretty cool. This is a brand, I believe. Get it? That is a brand. Spoon, ladle, all kinds of shit. So very, very, very cool stuff. And the idea is this can sit on the back of the wagon like so, and you can open up the back of the wagon and it becomes a table. So you're serving your fellow man off the back of the wagon. Let's see. All right, here's the actual cover. As you see, it slides down like that. Yeah, this wagon is a little bit in pieces right now. This is the front for you to hook your horse to. You could use any Lone Ranger horse that you like. There's plenty of loose horses floating around on eBay from the Lone Ranger series, and the wagon's quite large. Here's the peg for the barrel, if you will. Hold there. This is actually cool. On the other side, this is like a tool chest or a coin chest that comes off that you have in there. It's actually quite cool. It's a very cool toy, to be honest with you. It makes me a little nervous because it's a little bit heavy, and be careful you don't snap the plastic by letting it drop or putting not enough support on it. But very, very cool. So Sanchez, I would like to thank you very, very much for tuning me into this. But I think, Sanchez, I don't know. I'm going to do a little more research, but I'm going to probably guess that this Lone Ranger box, because there's a little bit different painting, it's similar, was probably the Lewis Marks Toys version. You know, the Ready Gang, which Sanchez had sent me for Christmas. I did that on a video just after Christmas. Are very cool action figures. Really good accessories, like good quality accessories, all molded in different colors, not just one color. The action figure articulation is really, really good. It's awesome. And they fit right in with the Lone Ranger set, believe it or not. The scale and everything is perfect. So we're going to go put this back. We're going to stick it in where the Lone Ranger shit is on its table in the laundry room. If we can find room. I'm not quite sure we're going to put this stuff. Not because I have this so much stuff. It's because I have this tiny little basement to put them in. It's not a giant basement. It looks bigger than it is because I just put up shelves to make walkways, but it is by far not a giant basement. So again, take one quick look again, if you will, at the first edition, which is the Gabriel Dan Reed version, and then the later Lewis Marks Lone Ranger version. Which one do you like better? If I had one with a picture of Brian Sanchez on it, I'd put that one on display. What do you think, Sanchez? What's your favorite? I think he likes the Lone Ranger one. I do think the Dan Reed one's pretty cool, and I think it's pretty crazy because when you look at this in the background, there's like Indians or American Indians chasing him in the wagon, and he's trying to get away. And you can even see there's an arrow here shot into the side. And how old's Dan Reed? Is he a 12-year-old kid? I have no idea how old he is, Sanchez. I don't know. I didn't read any of the comics or any of that stuff, but this is wonderful, wonderful, Brian Sanchez. And thank you, seriously, for pointing this out to me. So I am now fucked again with even less money than I had before. Brian Sanchez, you're a man of many talents and wisdom to be dispensed to people. All right, that's it for today. We're going to put this away. Thank you guys for watching. Please feel free to join our Facebook group. It's growing faster than we ever thought it would, which is really cool. It's called The Toys We Love. You can post toys, comics, anything like that. And it is what we like to call a free speech room. So you can say what you want without getting shut down by an admin, unless it's absolutely a dick thing to say, like threatening someone. Otherwise, it's a great place to go. Right, Sanchez?